What's going on YouTube? Tyler James here, and the summer is heating up both outside and on the court, or an NBA free agency I should say. Boston making headlines like usual, but this time it's not your ordinary headline. Adrian Wojnarowski dropped one of his famous Woj bombs and said the Celtics summer plans not only include Gordon Hayward potentially signing, but they're going after Paul George too, and it could be contingent on a few things. So we're going to break that down and tell you how Boston Celtics can get both Paul George and Gordon Hayward on their team. As you enjoy this intro in the background, how great would that be for Boston if they could get both? Let's break it down. Now, you would think Boston could just trade for Paul George today if they wanted to, and then sign Gordon Hayward in a couple days when free agency starts. However, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, the ordering of things actually is very important. He says for salary cap purposes, Boston wants a Hayward commitment first before it can finalize a trade for Paul George. Now, you could easily say, what's a couple days? Why wouldn't the Pacers wait? Boston has the best assets to offer, so it would be in their best interest to wait. Well, we all know in the NBA things move very fast, so if the Pacers get an offer from, for example, the Rockets, who just traded for Chris Paul and now are interested in Paul George, supposedly bringing him with James Harden and Chris Paul. So things develop very quickly in the NBA, and Boston could miss out if they really are interested in waiting for a Gordon Hayward to sign before they go for Paul George. You would think that signing a player would actually be much easier than trading for one, but in this instance, Gordon Hayward's more of the mystery for Boston because no one really knows what he's going to do. He's a very quiet player. There haven't been many reports from him or his camp on where he wants to go. It's probably down to a coin flip if you had to guess between Boston and Utah, but a team like Miami could sneak in last minute. However, in this scenario, we really need to see Gordon Hayward sign first, and then Boston can move on to step 2, which is acquiring Paul George, which actually might be the easier move for Boston in this case. Now, Boston and NBA fans might be saying, Paul George has made it pretty clear he wants to go to Los Angeles. Why does Boston think they can make this work? Are they just going to take a risk and have him sign for 1 year? It's really hard to tell at this point, but the latest from Mike Giardi, he is a New England reporter, he actually says that people in Paul George's camp are intrigued with the idea of him in Boston. They like the fit, probably because of the culture and the winning attitude. And let's be honest, Boston is a sports city. They really value their players, and if you do well and work hard there, you're going to build a legacy that's going to last for a long time, and that could be appealing to someone like Paul George. So let's say you sign Gordon Hayward, Paul George is ready to come to Boston and sign that extension. What do the Celtics give up? There's been many rumors, and no one really knows until the deal is going to be made what assets are included, but the best guess right now is Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, some future picks, and maybe another young player to add in on the deal. Boston fans are going to be sad to see someone like Avery Bradley and Jay Crowder go. However, when you have a chance to land a star like Paul George, I really don't think you should hesitate if you're Danny Ainge. So the process isn't too hard on how they can get this done. It's really more just about timing. Now, let's say, though, Gordon Hayward decides to stay in Utah, which is very likely, but you can still trade for Paul George. A day ago, I would have said Blake Griffin's probably going to stay in Los Angeles. No chance of him coming to Boston, but with today's breaking news that Chris Paul has been traded to Houston, it kind of feels like Los Angeles could blow this thing up or at least make some drastic moves. So if you ask me today, now I really don't think Blake Griffin is going to stay in Los Angeles. So if you don't get Gordon Hayward, do you maybe go for someone like Blake Griffin in Boston? So many questions, not enough answers yet, but with free agency coming soon, we'll get those answers. That's all for today, guys. I will have an NBA draft reaction coming soon. Better late than never. I had planned to release it today, but this is much more important. And subscribe, because we got many more free agency and NBA rumor videos coming up very soon, as well as a couple big announcements for the channel. I'll see you guys next time.